Here's another amazing story from season 2. I hope you're ready for episode 2.
She have her money, I have my money. We have community money. And once especially community things are being met, check credit card bill, ask this, this, that, because what needs to be taken care of is being taken care of.
He asked us to make a list, as gave us homework. Go home, write all the things you like about Valton, all the things you don't like, vice versa. My man come with a list, long, everything him like. On the don't like page, I didn't think he did have one thing. The man just sent him back out and said, no, be real.
This is Forever I Do. It's been 22 years and they brought the receipts. Here are the Craigies, Valton and Janice.
You want to start? As in everything with us, it's going to be right. It's going to be long and have multiple parts. But
let's make it short.
Yeah. I actually met her when she was about 16, 17 and I was about 19, 20, 21. So to me, she was just this young girl about the place, nice, used to come to a party then when we were playing with sound, and nice child, lovely little child. And some of my friends were her friends, and so she was just in the circle, and just a lovely, nice little girl, you know what I mean? Then, after many years, I ended up leaving and going to Florida. And Dahlia, I will never forget this. I just come back and went to Mirage one early evening. And I'm outside with a bundle of people. And you watch a movie and you see this woman walking through the door in slow motion, and it's like the wind machine and blow the dress. I remember it was this long flowing dress, and the hair was kind of like same way, and the hair just a blow back and everything just gets slow motion, And like me, I look and like she walk up to me and I say, she smile at me and I say, what is? So me I look behind her to see who, and she comes, she said, VC, I say, yes. She said, young Janice, I say, what? I say, how are you? You know what I mean? Me I look and I say, but, you're not a little child, you're not a little girl anymore. And we'll talk good and nice, and then now, when she look up and say, oh, we have a restaurant, you must come and visit. So me to myself, I said, Lord bless her heart, because she's sorry for me. She doesn't see me, I'm just trying to be nice, because I say looking like $1 million and worse of a restaurant. So me just say, yeah man, that's nice, I'm not going to stress you. And it was like a week or so after that, because I ended up working at Mirage. Then Mr. She come for interview for work at Mirage.
We closed the restaurant, and then we came to, someone recommended me to run their VIP section, and Jackie said, yeah man, go and go do that till we decide what we're doing. And I walked in and the young lady said, oh, our musical engineer who you have to liaison with, to say what kind of music you want in VIP is Valton Craigie. So I'm like, okay, let's go meet him, because I know him as VC. So we go, so what you're the musical engineer? Then my cousin in the pit, Dahlia, you know me. Everybody know me. Me said, me never invite you to the restaurant. Everybody's looking. So that's how, and then it's interesting because all the managers there now were all single. So we formed this, I cannot tell you what we call the truck. But we came up with this bus saying, if you're single, you on this truck, when you find somebody and you get a little interesting, you're off the truck, and then you have to buy everybody drinks on the truck. So people were hopping off, hop on back, hop off, gone. And one night it's just me and him, because we had a specific space in the club. So we come up and a certain time, you know, when the club is early jugglings before the people come in, or we do it after, we notice, oh no, the seat them empty, so it's about to happen. We said, we wait, see if them leave, we come back now, because if you miss the early run, you do it when the club closes, we sit down, you know, last run. We don't see nobody come, so we start, ask who are going. This week, next week, we are loaded up on the truck. Hearing me feel for yourself one day, did. So, like how is me and you on this truck for the last month? Because we get drunk now, this is out of control, because it's like 6 people buying us drinks. So him said, come and then you go now. Well, I laughed till I drop off the chair. I said, go where? Out? What you say? What you really say? And that was where it all started. From that date, we have never looked back.
I'll tell you, I will add a little thing to it though, and because I'm not even sure if she knows. But it was, because it was a little deeper than that. We always found, no matter what else was going on, me and her would always be talking. So so I'm telling her about what's going on with me. And I remember that night, the whole conversation was so easy. It was so deep, it was so free. And I remember again, there are certain moments when she just go in a slow motion for me. Says I'm looking, I say, but oh, the 2 of us are here, we talk so good, why haven't we? So it was there was a little bit of depth behind it, you know?
So that's how we met.
Right, so the first date was actually, and I remember it was this massive sound clash. Take this fine upstanding girl to go, but again, I think I had something to do with it. It's Old Fort there, somewhere out at the strip where you go, when you're going out to airport. And it was from day into night thing, it was long. And I think like we had to be there for some reason. And
I think you were helping out Peter Phillips.
Right.
Peter Phillips.
Right. I was setting up something.
Right.
And that again, it was just so interesting to me that the whole day it just went smooth. It was no highfalutin thing. It wasn't glamorous, but I noticed from then she always found a way to have fun in whatever situation and not to make.
And remember, I was saying to you, it was a lot of what I call white shoes people. You know, like we go for waterfalls and never do 3 steps. I said, water of all the places. But we decided he had to be there and he wanted, you know, us to go out. So I said, well, we're done there already, so let's enjoy ourselves. And I'll never forget, that's the first time in a long time I heard him sing. Because so we're dancing now and he starts singing this song in my ears. I'm tell him all the while, a cappella, in the need, and I don't know how many if you have heard it, but he can sing without music. And I just
service announcement.
May I try? No, because me have to hold up, you know, you know, this time now me have slow motion, you know, when the girl here and then you just fade. Woo! And I say, no, Janice, you know, you're a tough girl, so you're gone, and I'm like, And I know he knew what he was doing, you know, because it's in your neck, but it's soft and sultry, and I'm like, watch it now, I don't know what to expect, but I'm going on like I'm uninfected. I'm like, you see that one over there? But you're hearing the soft, melodious, and I'm like, I think the song needs for her up and done, because if it's a 6-minute song, it not gonna work out. So that was our first date, it ended well, lots of laughter. And from there, it's been many dates, no dates.
Lots of laughter.
Yeah. The proposal. So just to, you know, reinforce, we kept our relationship, I would have to say, real. There is no fairy tale. There is no. And it's not practical, that we don't have, it's practical. I was going away, and I guess he can tell you the story behind it, but I figure going away. She can get the ring is one out of two things. Either she can get it cheap or fine. So if we get her the US. Or him no want pick no ring for me. I mean I like it coming kind of hint to him. You can pick something for go on my thing.
This is what I learned about Janice from early out, right? I was like, first of all, she is not afraid to take the lead. If she feels she's in a position to take the lead. And her way of thinking of certain things is not necessarily how other people will think of things. Just a quick example, like I think I bought her roses one time, and she was like, let me just tell you right from now, I'm gonna be leaving the roses thing, because I have a dead by in the next 4 or 5 days. No bother with no roses thing. So me I see the mindset already. So she's going away. I'm gonna say, well, ring seller foreign, you know what I mean? And she was going to be there for a while.
No,
Months, 4 or 5 months. I'm gonna say, here you go.
An envelope, no underneath thing. It's just, honey, I love you, and you know, I want to marry you. So we're going to pick a date. And so, see me again, and I look for the ring box, come me see the white envelope, I'll never forget, in him hand. And I'm like, so it can't be a plane ticket, so we're not gonna wear. But almost said, you know, we discussed getting married, we agreed, but you know, see the box. I'm gonna watch TV, I'm gonna read book. You're not supposed to get ring in our box. No box there. He hands me this envelope. He said, because of this. No, this must be different. If we have social media back then, I said when I look, all US dollars, just like. So I said, he said, well, you know what you like. And he said, wait, because my face dropped. So him like, it's not enough, I should put some more. I'm like, no, I was just kind of still looking for the box. Which kind of goes because he knows I'm not the fairy tale girl. But I just did that to throw him out because here I am saying, everybody know. We see whether the box in a book, then the pan knee, and I think, and we got the hug and the kiss, and I went in and I told mommy and Jackie, and I said, and everybody asked me, see them here? So yeah, I'm asking to marry. And I said, see the ring here? So it was a joke because I'm walking around and telling people it's an envelope I got. So that was how our engagement went. I went and I bought the ring overseas, which I did. Because
and you sent me to the jeweler to get my...
I took it to Orcharias. To Colors, yes, to Colors my buy you ring. Down at Bobby man, I'm talking down.
Who was the little Indian man in that thing there, Avondale?
We never bother with him.
Oh, see.
Bend up. No, so I threw up now. Since he proposed with the US, everybody back then, I don't know if young people now will know this. Back then, the Nouveau Riche thing is you go to the bender. You remember Mr. Bender? And you're having custom made a ring. Well, there. After we step in, and the man don't even reach the diamond yet, we're going there. Just the setting price. Come back. I said, honey, come at me, you got Orcharias for the day, yeah? Because somebody told me you had the inbound stores and you can talk them down if them say $1, you can talk them down to 50. He said. When we reached down there, I said, come, I'll never forget it. Bobby, if you ever watch these Colors.
Yeah.
And I went into that inbound store and me, because Indians like I don't know what it is. I have a thing with India. So me and it, Mr. Honey, you stay outside. Let me do this first. So after we get, and then we're bringing in, and we got the ring at a very good price, I must say.
And I think a part of our
with diamonds too.
Yeah, a part of our thing as well. I think we got married as big people.
Yeah.
I was already 34.
Yeah.
So you're not, it's not like you're in your parents' house and you have all the, but so immediately our head was into where we're going from here, where we're gonna live, you got the this, you got the that, where we're raised. So I think that kind of helped. We weren't any young bud to the thing. We had all gone through different little things. So when it was time, man, I say, yeah, man, let's go.
You know, we can't go too deep in it because some people going vexed because I had drama.
One of the greatest weddings
But
ever.
it was the best.
And I'm not saying it because it was our wedding. It was, and again, our whole attitude
To it.
and being big people, you know. And then both of us kind of knew we were. So it was at Pegasus.
It was Pegasus?
The reception was
17th floor.
17th floor.
I pulled in all my stops.
Courtesy of
So
Nancy
Nancy McLean and the
McLean.
manager, GM, because Jackie, remember we had our office here on the first floor,
Right.
Creme de la Creme. So this is where Jackie met her husband. So we were like known here, staff, everybody knows.
I work at
And
Ray and nephew.
I think we went through the idea, May is a rainy month coming into April. So we did get Trevor Golden and his wife said we could use their lawn because I live in an apartment, so wanted a garden wedding. And then I say, you know what, I can't manage the stress. If it's gonna rain, forget 10. So, you know, Miss Tyson, Jackie said, you know what, I'm gonna fix this. And you know when she tell you how it going. You're getting married at talk of the town. I'm gonna talk to Nancy and think, let's go. And she took over and planned my wedding. Everything changed in like, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because I was confused, because you're here, you have to think about tent and I think also, so we pulled in all the stops, everybody we know, we call in the favors. His old biology teacher, which was a friend of his mother, did our bridal bouquet for free. I mean, I got so much freeness. The cake was free, all I had to buy was the flour, the sugar, the prunes, the this. Jackie didn't cater because it was here, but she overseed, and Nancy gave us a break on like we got the platinum menu for silver price, and I'm like, he was at Ray Nephew.
From the beginning, we get sponsorship from Ray and nephew.
All the liquor was thing. I mean,
our joke was, because remember when we started out first looking at ourselves, so much people we need, about 20 people. And then of course, especially like my mother, no. So my thing quickly became, we can have as much as we want, you know. But just know we are inviting her because we expect gifts from everyone. The thing costs X amount per plate, you understand? So we want net out ahead. So I'm looking and say, yeah man, them can come, man. Because I feel like it's gonna work them while.
It was horrible.
So it was a well-attended wedding. But this is the
with
thing.
half of the people who were, we gave his mother, I have to give this joke, Mrs. Craigie. We have about 35 Dahlia. By the time Mrs. Craigie get the paper, when she come back, I said, Valton, what is this? And she was like, and I didn't invite everybody. She was like, what is this? But it was.
She said, yeah man, you don't worry about that. And then I'll cover that. You go right ahead. And then to me, it was stressful times right before, partially because you have like all the bridesmaids coming in and family coming in, and so about 2 days I think before the wedding, my groomsman them said, listen, and that's the thing, we were living together. Them said, come out of the house, you need to come over here, so she gonna be over here, so with her girls them said. And I would be like, someone know this? Left it. Our thing is domino and liquor drinking. They have it under control. So, they like the night before. No, from the day before. Notice I get a one phone call from one of the bridesmaids. Boy, I don't like what's going on over here. You know, they're arguing and they say, everything all right, man. Don't worry yourself. Then about 2 hours later, I get a next call from them. I don't like it. Finally, one of our best friends at the time, like about 5 o'clock, you know, she calling tears.
Yeah,
you need to come over now. See, so me jump up now, and my groomsman them hold me and say, where are you going? Me say,
Stay
no,
out of it.
but me have to go. They're crying out for help. No. So that time now, me phone again. Is she on the phone now?
I'm like, yep.
Yep. You don't. We're not getting married. I hate this. No.
I didn't say we're not getting married. I said forget
But
everybody.
this is what I hear though. So I hear me on the
There
phone.
is no big wedding. We're just going because.
No, me never hear that first. Me say, that is it. The wedding is up. So I'm like, what you saying, honey?
Right, meaning this.
You mean it? No. She said, no, I don't mean that. But nobody, we can't take it. They said, I'm like, all right, okay. But no, what is it? So, for me, the morning of the wedding, she said the wedding still a keep. I was winning from in the morning. Me I said, this is we reach, right? We reach the when we I didn't want to reach the church on time. Again, the groomsman them I said, don't let the thing look so breaking. Just reach 10-15 minutes later or something. So cool. Reach, pull up. When I pull up there, I can tell this part of the story. When me looking up, me see this brother stand up at the church door. Me say, look like some Miami Vice brother. What up? Full white suit and Ray and I said, you don't know that brother. See, just me come out to the car, he's like, come to me and say, hey man, I guess you're Valton. I say, yes. So good to meet you, man. I say, and you are? Ha! I'm Janice's brother. So which brother?
I've never met.
That you had never met. See,
I tell you.
So I'm like, what? And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about, and this and that and that. So me and him bonded in the 5 minutes at the door, wicked with dupes. So we in the church, waiting for Janice to come. To be honest, it wasn't a long wait.
Yeah, about 10 minutes
about
late.
10 minutes late.
But when I drove up,
Mr. She at the door now.
and I'm standing up and I'm looking, and I kid you not, if I was a man, it's like I was looking at myself as a man. And I'm like, no man. And I'm like, maybe I'm a little lightheaded, this wedding thing. So I come out of the vehicle and I see him, standing up there. So I'm like, yeah, that's not matey. That look like something here. So, you're still cautious and everybody fixing your dress and them waiting. And I was very anxious because, can I tell you, I left my bridesmaid because they were pussyfooting around. Yeah.
See what I tell you?
No.
Yeah.
I said, something is wrong with these pictures. Ladies, I am ready before all of you. Who not ready, who coming? And 2 people needed. Me, Valton, and even a madman can witness. So I'm off. So by the time I reach, they were behind me. So it's me and Jack I said, no, you have to hold on. He said, hold on for what? When this good looking guy, and I said, cause a man, you not see that? He comes over, hi, I'm Alton Tyson. I said, you can't be, Alton Tyson dead, which is my father. He says, no, they call me Junior, I'm Alton Tyson Jr. I said, where you come from? So I turned to Jack and I said, you know about this? She said, yeah. He had called, I don't know how I'm here about it. He called Debbie at CVM. Debbie tell him this would be a good idea for him to come. You understand? Good idea. Don't say nothing to me. So I guess it was a surprise.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so mommy know this? Because mommy know the church. So mommy know this. Because mommy tell me about all the other picnic them. But I don't think she know about that one. And we're having this. So you see where I said, not the reason.
So the church
and he's like, Mr. Hold on.
Come on.
So my name is she go down and me pencil. She go jump on. My father grave.
And then I don't know how, because you're not supposed to see until you're walking down.
Right.
But I did take a glimpse and I did look at it. I was just like,
And I see this.
we just sit there like, look at this young Craigie boy. I said, watch it. You did it, son. Look at here. You understand? And we said, yes.
Oh, I ended up with 2 giveaway fathers.
Yeah.
Because I'd asked Jackie's husband, Andre Niederhauser, because my uncles from overseas wasn't sure if they were coming because cost a ticket and it was last minute. Right, we didn't wait like a year or 2 years. It was like 6 months. So I asked him. He flew in from Tortola. May your soul rest in peace, Andre. Came. Then I see my uncle come tell me, say he's on the flight. So here we don't know about Jesus. So when I'm trying to break it to him now, to say, he wasn't having it. Him said, but that's why, because you tell me you didn't have a giveaway, Father. I was like, that was in December. It's now May. So he was adamant. So thank God it was Webster, so the eye little wideish. So the two of them walked me down the aisle. And can I tell you this joke? Some brides would have flipped out. No color coordination. Because my uncle have on one brownish suit. And Andre had on a tuxedo. So see me here, every time I look at the picture, I'm like, what's going on here? And my bridesmaid wore burgundy. So me I said, but no, Flo. This is just, didn't even notice until after. But I'm telling you, it's...
And that was also, I think there was such a sense of almost relief, or that this is happening.
Yeah.
And then again, when you realize how we were alike, yes, it was a special day, but I think both of us had it in our head about what we're going to do after. This is a special day, but our head is thinking, no. You see, and the funny thing is, and she said, man, and that's not where I was going. I am saying, you see, though, I am saying after, like, yes, when we go buy the house, when we got this, we already had a kid. So it just that realism of that. This is the wedding.
Formality.
This is the formality. The reception. When we look back and you realize how many people spoke, it doesn't even make sense, because I don't remember it being boring. It was just like entertaining from beginning to end. Everybody got a chat. Some people who got up, remember, like we sit down and like we see that lady get up and she's like, so who that? I don't know. And then after she done talk, she said, oh, I'm my friend. I'm my friend. All right, go on. It was funny. What changes your life, or what I think changed our life way more than getting married, is having children together. Having a child come into the mix from birth, I found to be a much bigger changing factor than actually being married. Because again, we were living together, so certain things like how you're going to manage finances, which is the other big deal, that was taking its time being ironed out. Just simply meaning some realize she better manage money, right. and really and truly, and this might be a little bit of segue, what we have found worked is she have her money, I have my money, we have community money, and once especially community things are being met, check credit card bill, ask this, this, that, because what needs to be taken care of is being taken care of, So I don't know. From my point of view, I don't feel like there was a huge change after we got married. I
don't think it's changed. I mean, it happens to a lot of couples, but I think for us, we kind of grew at the same pace, meaning his aspirations was never greater than mine. It may be a little bit above, and I think we have this joke where yin and yang. So if I'm upset about something, he's very calm and controlled. And I mean, that's without effort. And vice versa. If he's all upset, like him go outside and it's something simple, Jesus Christ, and he comes, what happened, honey? Go outside and the tire flat. I'm like, that's it? Just the tire? Go outside, it's a big piece of tire. And try and reason. And I may come home and say, can you imagine? This happened yesterday and then blah, 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 and the bank is telling me this, and he's like, the money is still there. I think that is key, and that we grew almost at the same pace. Even though he's 5 years my senior, and as people said, well, I always thought I was 5 years older, because I have an older sister, so you act like you're a big woman. So I think that is it. So your goals and our goals is the same. None of us have this materialistic thing. So it's finding that balance. And I'll share this. We did an interesting thing with the gentleman, Reverend Dodman, that married us. He asked us to make a list, as gave us homework. Go home, write all the things you like about Valton, all the things you don't like, vice versa. My man come with a list, long, everything him like. On the don't like page, I didn't think it did have one thing. The man just sent him back out and said, no, be real. Now is the time. I did kind of have it closer, but him said, I'm sure there's more things. So we got a lot. He learned a lot about me and that what's going to annoy me. And the pastor said something interesting. It's not that he's going to change it, because sometimes things become a part of you. You can't change it. You really want it, but you can't. I just saw you stay. And he said to me, what you need to ask yourself, can you accept these things? How are you going to find a way to live with it? Because there's no compromise. Nobody compromise a lifetime. You compromise an hour, a day, a year. After a while, you're like, Jesus, you feel tired. So I think that was another thing. I know his weaknesses, he knows mine. That was clear, and it's just for us, we're still working through it though. How to deal with. He doesn't communicate. Like him would sit down and something about him, whether it be me, the office, the thing, he doesn't like to talk about that. So me have to dig it out and honey, what's going on. No, you have someone to chat.
Well,
I don't have one of those. He would talk about politics, music, life, but something is bothering him. You see him sit down, and then it's like you see him dying, and trust me, Dahlia. Yeah, all of us about 300 times until sometimes I have to get vexed. And she said, are you going to tell me, or this not going to make sense? I feel like, and then he must say, oh, it's so and so. I said, that's a big in our house. But so that's his weakness, finances. I'm sure I have holy, like me just miserable.
Right, I'll do the thing. I won't.
He still won't say. He's still not gonna tell you, but I can tell you. I'm sure I have my moments. I'm miserable, cantankerous. You know me from Woolman's. Me just not take check.
No, I tell you what I found interesting, especially with Reverend Dodman, because you're having the list of what you don't like, but then he even took it further and went through the list of what you liked. And he said, oh, yes, you like that she's assertive. Do you really? Are you going to like that she's assertive 10 years from now? As you said about compromise, I think there's levels to the thing, right? You know who you are at the core. So I don't think you should ever be asked to compromise who you are at your core. But there's two things about that. Number one, we as people, I'm always wary when somebody tells me them know who they are from a very early, because you're forever changing. If you're the same person you were at 50 as you were at 30, something wrong. You understand?
Right.
So there is always that change. You're always finding out more about yourself, right? And this is my view in a nutshell about the whole marriage thing, because a lot of emphasis is put on feelings, love, which is a feeling, right? To me, what is much more important than that is the conscious decision to do three things at all times. Number one, always be committed to what you have, right? Number two, always be committed to be respectful, right? And number three, always be committed to the unit moving in an upward fashion, right? So those three things are important, because what is going to happen over a period of time It's not that you are what's the word? It's not that you're bending or you are changing who you are.
Or giving up something.
But understand, as adults in this world, there's going to be situations where, hey, I still don't agree. You don't agree. But guess what? We have to go reach so. Right? You saying with a turn so, I am saying with a turn so. We've spent an hour at this intersection about it. Yeah, you know, I'm a friend. I could go so. You say so? Come, let's go.
Somebody has to take that.
Let's just go. And no matter what ends up when you take that direction, don't hold anything again. It was a decision. Yeah. Just go on, and it's so it go, because either one can be wrong or right. So that is something that I have learned. It's not that you don't have a stance and you be wishy-washy and you're bossed around, and it's not that you expect obedience from your partner, but on the need for, once you have those 3 commitments early out, it puts everything else in a different perspective, but it makes you the more able to say, what it cost me for do that. If we've argued it out, clearly it means more to you than it does to me. By now, I just hold on to it for your ego reason. It really means something to you, let's go. And on the flip, and I know this is long, but I found this to be a great example because I've used it with other people. Man, woman, shopping. Right? Man, woman, going bird bush. I heard another couple, like the couple say, but I would love, I really want to spend the rest of my life sailing the world, but I'm a little concerned about the wife. And the wife said, but he knows I'll go. I said, that's not his point. That's exactly it. He knows you'll go, but he knows you're not really in it. So the whole time he's going to be thinking, Jesus Lord, look what I'm putting her through, so nobody go. In a real thing, she know me and shopping, right? Early out, she'll be like, you come with me to shopping? Okay, I'll come. Quickly, she realized even for her benefit, she no, honey. And if I say, I'll come shop, I don't know.
He has tried.
I don't know.
And he's like, I'll come for half the day. No, just drop me off.
It's the best solution because
or you go shop for your
shopping is a sport. Shopping is a
thing.
It's the whole day.
It's just, as I said before, it's keeping it real. For me, it's almost, and I don't like to use this, but it's the best thing I can think of. It's like a job, or anything you do. It's something you have to work at, and there are good days and there are bad days, but it's the overall. And I tell people this, anytime you decide to get married, it's not about the wedding. It's not about like this beautiful setup and is the cake perfect and the thing. It's the spiritual side of it. It's the emotional side. That was what our focus is. It's always about us. It's kind of selfish, but I don't care. I mean, when I thought about it, what the bridesmaid wanted to wear, I wasn't into it. I see, I do event, they come with this fabric and they're matching it. Oh, it don't match this blush over there. And I'm like, guys, it's really not that serious. It's about the union. It's if you're into Christianity or spiritualism, it's coming before someone and the thing and decreeing that I love this man and I'm going to strive to spend the rest of my life or work at it to be with him, So if you look at it from that angle and not as it is in the fairy books or Mills and Boone or any of those novels, if you approach it in that way, I think you should have. I mean, we reached 22 and it's not that it's all smooth. We have, like anybody else, arguments, me telling me I leave, and then you think, Lord, you're gonna swap out that $20 bill for what? Oh, I'm back. I changed my mind. Or, it's so it has that, but what keeps us is the commitment. Because even though we say, when I think this will work, because you get on my nerves, but then you realize, no, we have invested this time let's try and find a way to work it out. So that's it,
And
guys.
time with the commitment, you'd be amazed. You really would at what it can do. But it has to have that element of commitment, and after it build something. And if in case anybody thinks that we're painting kind of like a dark picture or whatever, the one thing I want to tell everybody as well, don't make life get you down. Don't let life get in the way of your life. In all things, realize none of us are getting out alive, right? And the amount of things when we can tell you was serious to you 6 months ago, that 6 months down the road, you can't remember what it is. So protect your union, protect your home, try your best to make the home be everybody's sanctuary from the madness of the world, and especially in an environment like ours where many the financial pressures, because I have found out that the biggest problem in marriages is usually not infidelity, it's financial. So if there's work you need to put in early out as to how that is going to be managed and what the expectations are, I would tell you, say, it sounds cynical, but put in that work so as you're going down the road, don't make that become a stressor.
You have to, guys, really be on the same level and try and grow. As I said, I give the example. If you're dating someone that wants a 5-bedroom house up Norwood Jackshill with jacuzzi and pool, and you're not that kind of person. Not that if I win the lotto tomorrow, I would probably buy one. But I'm not going to kill myself or pressure my partner to say he knows we're happy with whatever it is.
It links back to even what you were saying about compromising, right? Another thing I think is very important in relationships. Be advised that if the person really, really loves you, they're going to want to see the best of you,
right? Yeah.
Which is going to involve being pushed. And this is where the trust comes in, because if you're being pushed and you start to feel yourself getting annoyed, and you just think back and say, what should I push me though for? Is it really for my betterment? It is. She's not doing it for selfish reason. You change your tone. But you expect to be a little bit pushed. So this is where compromise and growth comes in, because I can tell you there was at one point where even for us, she was like, I don't see no problem, we can go and rent. And I'm like, I think we should buy. No, what am I going to buy for? No, I really think we should buy. No, we can go and rent. No, I really think we should buy. And your reason. So it get to a point now where she said, all right. And then once she said, all right, and then she take it down upon her neck, she go to lead, you lead. And they said, but look how it turn out.
You know what I mean? But if the two of us, aspirations were still
but
close.
I'm saying, you will get the, sometimes one will push. One
will do a little push.
Will have to push the other because they see something more. It's not being done for a selfish reason. You're seeing where that's there for you, you will not see it yet, but I'm seeing it, Gala.
Thank you so much, Valton and Janice. Here's to many more years of happiness and wedded bliss. On the next episode of Forever I Do,
me start panicking now because I said, Jesus, me invite this girl over for the production. Rain or fall, she can't go home. Can't leave people and picnic that are outside. So I said, I have to go brave up now, I have to go ask her if I spend the night. I said, Jesus, I don't want she get the wrong idea. So, her life is a single bed. There, if I was at the end, she's in the corner, believe me, you could have fit in and make like 2 away. Because I don't even want to roll and touch her and she get the wrong idea. And then Party was like, just in case this is going further, I don't want to scare her.
Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Makeup services provided by Nardine Beauty. Coordination and planning, Shakima Hines of Island Brides, Jamaica. Forever I Do is filmed on location at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, your wedding destination in Kingston, Jamaica.